Hello, I'm Ruth Dane, Director, Providers Food Program. I'd like to welcome you into our family. By joining our organization, you have become part of a nationwide, federally funded program dedicated to providing young children with healthy, well-balanced meals. With your help, we can promote good nutrition and teach children healthy eating habits that will last a lifetime. This tape is designed to help you understand how our program works. You also received a training manual that explains things in more detail, and our staff is available to answer questions. In this tape, we will discuss menu planning, including examples of appropriate and nutritious meals. We will show you step by step how to enroll children and how to fill in menus and attendance sheets. We will tell you what to expect from a home visit, and we will show you how our system works to help you. We depend on the menus you send in to tell us what you feed your daycare children. We use the information to reimburse you properly for the meals you serve. That's why it's so important that you take the time to fill out your menus correctly. Remember, you're not alone. You can call our staff anytime you have questions. Now let's start the program by discussing what makes up a healthy, nutritious meal.
A good, nutritious menu includes a variety of acceptable foods. Acceptable foods are called creditable, which means you get credit for serving them. To guarantee that each meal and snack you serve is nutritious, you must choose creditable components from the basic food groups: fruits and vegetables, bread and cereal, meats or meat alternates, and fluid milk. In addition, to qualify for reimbursement, you must serve an acceptable portion of each component. What the child actually eats, of course, is up to the child. Your responsibility is to serve it. Your training manual includes information about which foods are creditable or non-creditable and which food group they fall into. For instance, pasta and rice count as a bread and cereal component. Juices must be 100% fruit juice. You may serve cookies only twice a week as a bread and cereal component. Of course, nutritionally speaking, homemade cookies are better than packaged cookies, but the packaged kind are acceptable as long as the first ingredient is enriched flour. Condiments such as mayonnaise, relish, ketchup, and mustard are not creditable in any amount. Cranberry sauce may make up a fruits and vegetables component only if it is made of whole berries. As part of the Providers Food Program, we ask you to promote foods that are low in sugar, salt, and fat, rich in iron, vitamins A and C, and high in fiber. Remember, your training manual has a list of foods and the appropriate amount to serve for each age group. Breakfast must include 3 components, one each from the bread and cereal, fruits and vegetables food groups, and fluid milk. For example, if you serve orange juice, scrambled eggs, and milk, you will not have your bread component and the meal will not be creditable. If you add a piece of toast, the meal is creditable. These breakfasts include the necessary components from each of the food groups. The morning and afternoon snacks include the same components. You must serve 2 different foods from 2 different food groups. For example, you can choose one component from the fruits and vegetables group and one from the bread and cereal group. The most common error providers make is serving 2 components from the fruits and vegetables group as a snack. Since both are in the same food group, the snack does not meet the requirements and you would not be reimbursed. To make this snack creditable, you need to add a food from one of the other food groups, such as peanut butter. Here are some examples of acceptable snacks. Lunch and supper include the same components. You must serve something from the meat or meat alternate food group, 2 different components from the fruits and vegetables group, 1 component from the bread and cereal group, and 1 fluid milk. The amount of food served determines whether or not it qualifies as a whole component. For example, adding a small amount of celery to tuna fish is not considered enough to count as a whole vegetable component. Lettuce may be served alone if served in the proper quantity. But if you serve salad, make sure you list the other vegetables as well. Peanut butter alone is allowed when served in the proper amount. However, when a smaller amount is served, you must also serve an additional meat or meat alternate item. These meals include the necessary components from each of the food groups to count as creditable lunches or suppers. Serving well-balanced and nutritious meals is the most important part of Provider's food program. But to make sure you receive proper reimbursement, you must also fill out the forms that tell Provider's food program about the children in your daycare and the foods you are serving them. Your home visitor will supply you with all the forms you need. First of all, you must be sure that each child who participates in the food program is properly enrolled. Even children who only attend on a part-time basis or substitute care children must be enrolled. You only need to fill out an enrollment verification form one time for each child. The first month you take part in the Provider's food program, send all of the enrollment forms in along with the first month's menus. After that, anytime you enroll a new child in your daycare, fill out a new enrollment verification form and send it along with the next batch of menus. These forms must be filled out completely, including each child's full name, birthday, and sex, and they must be signed by the child's parent or guardian. Brothers or sisters may be enrolled together on the same form. Under certain circumstances, for instance, if you fall below a specific family size and you meet income guidelines, you may claim reimbursement for the meals you serve your own children along with the meals you serve the daycare children. If you meet the guidelines and your child is part of the daycare program, you must submit an income eligibility form. Our staff will help you enroll your own children in the program. The other form you must fill out is the menu form. Menu forms must be filled out on a daily basis, one menu form for each week in the month. At the end of the month, you send all of the menu forms to your assigned Provider's food program area representative. It is required that you fill out these menu forms on a daily basis. Make this part of your daily routine. If you keep the week's menu hanging in your kitchen, for instance on your refrigerator, it will be easier to remember to fill it out each day. Look at your calendar to see how many weeks there are in the month. Start a new menu form on the first day of the month, even if it falls in the middle of the week. Stop filling out the menu form on the last day of the month, even if it falls in the middle of the week. Some months you will fill out 4 menu forms, some months 5. One side of the menu form is used to keep attendance. Fill out the top of the form with your name, address, and daycare license number, as well as the days covered for that week. Along the left-hand side of the form, write the first and last names of each child enrolled in the food program, including infants and your own children if you meet the income eligibility guidelines. It is a good idea to get in the habit of listing the children in the same order each week. The total number of children served per meal cannot be more than the number of children listed on your daycare license. The only exceptions are your income-eligible children and any double-session meals. Remember, no more than 6 children may be present at one time. Ask your home visitor to explain the income eligibility and double-session meal requirements. In the second column, write in each child's age. In the third column, marked with an asterisk, put an asterisk if the child is your own income-eligible child. Each day that you serve a child, mark the box beside the child's name that indicates the correct meal. Use the same letter that appears at the top of the column. For example, on Tuesday, Mary Jones, age 4, ate lunch and PM snack at your home. You should write the letters L and P in the boxes beside her name under Tuesday. You are entitled to be reimbursed for serving each child as many as 2 meals and 1 snack, or 2 snacks and 1 meal. It is up to you to decide which meals or snacks you are going to claim for each child, and to fill out the attendance section accordingly. For instance, if a child eats morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, and supper, It is in your best interest to claim one snack and both lunch and supper.
Should I look at the clock and tell you how much longer?
If a child does not attend or is not served a meal, leave the box blank. You cannot be reimbursed for meals not served. Also, you cannot be reimbursed for major holidays unless you send in a note that tells who was present and why. At the end of the week, count the number of meals served to each child and write that number in the totals column. For example, Johnny ate 3 breakfasts, 3 a.m. snacks, and 3 lunches. Then add up the totals for each meal and write those numbers at the bottom of the column where it says weekly totals. Finally, on the right-hand side of the form, mark the box that indicates whether or not you have any new enrollments or if you are no longer caring for someone who was enrolled. Then be sure to sign the form. The other side of the menu form is the menu planning worksheet. In addition to using this part of the form to tell Providers Food Program what foods you serve at each meal, you can use it to plan your meals and organize your grocery shopping each week. In the top left-hand corner, write in the days covered for that week. For instance, write in July 8th through 12th. Then daily, write in the foods that you actually serve to the children for each meal and snack. If you did not serve a meal, do not write in that space. When you write in the food components you serve for each meal, be as specific as possible. We want to be able to picture exactly what you are serving the children. If you serve crackers or cereal, write in the brand name. For example, if you serve Cheerios for breakfast, don't just write in cereal, write in Cheerios. If you serve Ritz crackers, don't just write in crackers, write in Ritz crackers. If you serve more than one food to make up a whole component, be sure to write in all of them. For example, if you serve a salad, write in at least 2 ingredients, such as lettuce and tomato, or green peppers and cucumbers. It is also important to write in how you prepare the food. For example, don't just write eggs, write scrambled eggs or poached eggs. Don't just write potatoes, write baked potatoes or mashed potatoes. It is not necessary, however, to write in the amount served. Remember, you must fill out your menus each day while they are still fresh in your mind. The reimbursement rate for infants is the same as for older children. Of course, you must follow the correct meal pattern as well. As already mentioned, infants should be listed on the attendance side of the menu form along with the other children. However, until the infant is 11 months old and eating table food, you must fill out an infant menu form each week to claim reimbursement. Each infant menu form can be used for 2 infants. Fill in the top portion of the form, including your name, address, and daycare license number, as well as the days covered for that week. Also, write in the infant's name, age, type of formula or breast milk he or she drinks, and the type of cereal he or she eats. Then on the bottom half of the form, you only need to enter the amount of cereal and milk in ounces and tablespoons that you actually give the infant throughout the day. If an infant older than 3 months is being fed breast milk, you may only make a claim for the meals when other foods are served. If you feed the infant fruits and vegetables and other foods, name them in the space provided. Just as for the older children, you may claim 2 snacks and 1 meal or 2 meals and 1 snack per day for each infant. Remember, the pediatrician has the final say on whether there should be a change in the meal pattern. An essential part of the Providers Food Program is when one of our representatives comes to your home to confirm that you are caring for children and feeding them meals that follow the meal pattern guidelines. A home visitor will contact you to schedule a home visit at least 3 times per year. The first home visit will take place about 30 days after you sign up with Providers Food Program. At every home visit, there must be daycare children present. The home visitor will review your completed, up-to-date menus, and you will have a chance to ask questions and to discuss specific situations that have come up.
About the meals, I was serving beef stew, and I want to know how would I write that down on the menus. Okay, you'd have to break it down so we can see, you know, the ingredients in your beef stew. You'd write the beef here, the beef cubes, and then your potato would be a vegetable.
Okay.
All right. Ian, is your birthday tomorrow? Okay, but you know that you can't put birthday cake on your menu.
Oh,
So you're
thanks
going to
for
make
telling
sure
me.
that you serve them a snack, and then they can have their birthday cake. Okay. Thank you for the coffee.
You're quite
It
welcome.
was great, and I'll probably see you in June.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, we just bought a new house, so we're gonna be in a new place, yeah?
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay, you know what? I have to write that down, because you know what you need to do?
What?
You need to call the Office for Children.
Okay,
Right
yeah,
away, like
right.
do it today, so
Okay.
you don't forget. And tell them that you're gonna move,
Okay.
because you know it takes some time to get all the paperwork done.
In addition to
I
answering
don't
your
think that
questions
as
and
far
bringing
as
you
you're concerned,
supplies,
you are still like
the
this.
home
Okay.
visit is an opportunity to keep in touch with you. During each home visit, the home visitor fills out a home visit report that lists the children who are present, the meal that was served, and any problems or concerns you talked about. You will be asked to sign the form to show that you were actually visited.
Provide a signature there.
No matter how busy you are or how unpredictable your schedule is, you must make time for these visits. Our home visitors try to be as flexible as possible to schedule a visit that suits you. Now that you have learned what you should do as part of Provider's food program, we'll give you a quick look at what our system does in return. At the end of each month, you start the cycle by mailing your menus and new enrollment forms promptly to your area representative. Make sure you have her correct name and address. Your menus must reach her by the 5th day of the following month to ensure you receive your reimbursement quickly. Also remember to use sufficient postage. Too little results in long delays, or even worse, non-delivery. At least 2 stamps are needed, maybe more if you included infant menus or enrollment forms. We cannot reimburse you if we don't get your menus. Once your area representative receives your menus, she examines them carefully to make sure they are filled out correctly. She checks every meal, compares every enrollment, and double-checks your meal counts. She updates your personal file and notifies you if she finds any errors. Next, technology steps in. Your area representative enters the information from your menus into her computer. The computer calculates the total amount of your reimbursement. She then sends the information over the phone lines to the main office. There, the figures are verified, the checks are issued, and the envelopes are stuffed. On the 15th of every month, your check is mailed to you, or if you choose direct deposit, it is sent right into your bank account. In no time at all, you have been reimbursed for serving your daycare children healthy, nutritious meals.
As you have seen, you can make a difference in the lives of the children entrusted to your care by helping them establish good, healthy eating habits. At Provider's Food Program, our goal is to help you meet the nutritional needs of your daycare children. We are dedicated to ongoing training. Please call us whenever you're not sure or have questions. We're here to serve you. Together, we can start these children off right on the road to good health. Thank you.